Thank you very much, Rabbi Feder, for introducing me. I have my Yachad Siddur, which I have and I enjoy very, very much. It's a beautiful Siddur. So today I see you have one too. So I'm going to learn with you from page 6 and 7 of the Yachad Siddur. We're going to learn the Birchas haTorah, something which we say every morning is a bracha over the Torah. Now, I know that, if you have a cookie, you make a bracha. Why do you make a bracha over a cookie? Make a bracha over a cookie because, this is a delicious cookie. What a gift from Hashem. I better thank him for the cookie. You make a bracha before you have some ice cream or a milkshake. You make a shahakol niya bidvar. You say, blessed are you, Hashem, that everything came from you because you're about to have something which is incredibly delicious. And therefore you make a shahakal over the ice cream. Yes, Zev is right that you make a mazonos over the cookie and you make a shahakal over the ice cream. And so the question is, what happens if you are about to have something that's extremely delicious, but it's not food, it's not a drink? Here we're going to have a bracha that we make on something that's also delicious. And that in fact, when we make the bracha, we even ask Hashem, please make sure that it's delicious. Listen to the bracha. Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam. Right now, you know that we say all the time. Whenever we make a bracha, blessed are you, Hashem, our God, King of the world. Asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvosav, that we say many times when we make brachos. Who you made us so special through your mitzvahs. You set us apart as your special people. V'tzivanu asok b'divrei Torah. You instructed us, you commanded us to study the words of the Torah, to study your Torah. We're thanking Hashem for something exceptionally delicious, really, really delicious, the words of Torah. We ask Hashem, V'harevna Hashem Elokeinu es divrei Torascha b'finu. Hashem, could you please allow me to enjoy the sweet words of your Torah? Could I feel them, that they should be sweet, so that b'finu u'b'fi amcha beis Yisrael, in my mouth and in the mouths of all of the Jewish people, so that anachnu v'tzatzainu v'tzatzai amcha beis Yisrael kulanu yodei shemecha. I and our children and my family and friends, all the Jewish people, could better understand you and how you would like us to live our lives. Thank you, Hashem, for allowing the Jewish people to study your Torah. And then again we say, thank you, Hashem, our God, King of the world. Asher bachar banu mikol hamim. You chose us from amongst everybody, all the nations. V'nasan lanu es Torah. So, and you gave us, and he gave us his Torah. Thank you, Hashem, for giving us your Torah. We make a bracha over Torah because it's also delicious. And we want it to be delicious because if it's delicious, we say, our children, our family, everyone around us will also want to do Torah. If you see somebody and they sit down and they're having what looks like a cup of delicious ice cream, it looks from far like it's a cup of delicious ice cream, and you watch them and they stick their spoon in the ice cream and they put it in their mouth and they make a face, like it's not very good. And then they put a spoon in their mouth again, and again they make a face like it's not very good. What are you going to do? Will you go over and say, excuse me, could I have some of that ice cream? No. They're not happy. They don't like the ice cream. Why would you want the ice cream? But if you see someone and they're having a spoon of ice cream and they go, that was really, really good. I'm going to have some more. And they take another spoon of ice cream and say, wow, that was really, really good. What are you going to do? You'll go over and say, excuse me, could I have some of that ice cream too? Could I join you for that ice cream? Do you have any for me? But if you make a face when you eat ice cream and you're not enjoying it, nobody's going to ask you for it. And by the way, that's a very good trick. If you don't want anybody to ask you for some of the ice cream, pretend that you're not enjoying it. Say, ooh. Meanwhile, you really love it. But nobody will ask you for it if they don't think that you enjoy it. Now, We make a bracha over the Torah because we love it, because it's a special gift from Hashem. And not always do people appreciate it. Sometimes it seems like it's easier to enjoy ice cream than it is to enjoy Torah. Sometimes it might seem that way. So when we make this bracha, we say, Hashem, could you please make this Torah very delicious? And you know why? Because Torah is what's made the Jewish people so special as a people. I mean, just think about it. Here we are, this whole group of people. We're all gathered together on a Monday night. Why? Well, first of all, we're here to learn some Torah, to learn about davening with our Siddur, which is part of the Torah that Hashem gave us. And all of us are here because we have a special love and care from for each other, which we learned about in the delicious Torah. The delicious Torah, which tells us that we should love each other as if I should love you, as if you're me. I love myself. I love you like I love myself. That we got it from the Torah. And when we taste the Torah and it's delicious, you know what's going to happen? Someone will come over to us. Maybe a member of our family. Maybe someone who saw us and said, wow, that's so delicious. It looks like you're enjoying it so much. Could I have a taste of that too? Could I also have a part of the Torah? And so we turn to Hashem and we say, Hashem, if you would please make this Torah so sweet to me, because then I know if I love the Torah, if the Torah is sweet to me, not only will I want to study it, but everybody around me is going to want to live the Torah. Whether it's my children, other people in my family, everyone is going to do it, and everyone's going to have such a nice time. I'll tell you that I always find that when I'm around people who just love it and love the Torah and love being around the Torah, that it just gets me excited. In fact, I happen to recognize a friend of mine who's here on this call. He lives in Minneapolis. His name is Shmuel Kutaf. Shmuel, how are you? So Shmuel, I know because he's a friend of mine for a long time, and his grandmother lives across the driveway from the shul where I daven, and Shmuel comes sometimes to shul and to daven, and he is so happy to be there. He comes with enthusiasm. And when I see him like so happy to daven, I look back in my siddur and say, I want to daven even stronger. Because whenever you see someone who's so happy with something and so excited about something, you say, could I have a piece of that? And that's why I told you before, like a trick, if you don't want to share any of the cookies or any of the ice cream, pretend like you're not enjoying it when you're eating it. All right, remember that trick? I hope you don't use that trick. You should share your cookies. When they're good, you want other people to have them. So therefore, I say, when you daven from your siddur, when you do the different things which were chosen and special from the whole world that Hashem gave us the chance to do through the Torah, make sure in the Yachad way that you do it with the enthusiasm, with the happiness that's yours. And everyone's going around and they're going to say, hey, boy, they look like they're really enjoying something. And they'll join you. They'll join you. And you're going to make it that it's not just you who's enjoying the delicious Torah, but everyone around you who's getting to enjoy it too. That's what I wanted to share with you. It's a real pleasure to see you. Could I have a chance to say hello to everybody, Rabbi Feder? Would that be possible?
Of course. Would you like everyone to say hi to you through the chat box? Would you like to, we can ask Shmuel. Shmuel, do you want to say hi to Rabbi Hauer just because he mentioned you? Shmuel, there you go, you have to agree to be unmuted.
Yeah, that's bad.
Where's Shmuel?
In the corner.
Hi, Shmuel. How are you?
Yeah, Baruch Hashem.
Baruch Hashem. And I see also my friend May Steinberg is also here. Hi, May. Hi, Shmuel. So
how's someone doing?
Shlomo's doing great. Shmuel knows my son, our son Shlomo, who was a classmate with Shmuel's brother Yaakov. And May, I'm very happy to see as well. I haven't seen you in a long time. So there's so many people here. Wonderful. I'm so happy to see all of you. And with Hashem's help, we'll have a chance to come together sometime soon. Okay, maybe we'll have ice cream, maybe we'll have cookies, and maybe we'll have some Torah, and whatever we'll have, we'll enjoy together. Okay, thank you very much.
Phenomenal. Thank you so much, Rabbi Hauer. Thank you, everyone,
Wonderful
for listening
to see you.
while Rabbi Hauer spoke.